Ladies and gentlemen, Alan Cumming is in the building. Give it up. Tony Award-winning actor, author, activist, animal lover, and all-around great human being with this. You gotta get better, bigger dreams, rather. This is hilarious because inside there's a collection of your photos, which you've been taking since you were a little wee, Alan, and current ones. And it's all stemming on, here it is, this photo.
That's a terrible picture.
Okay, so let's talk about this and why it became the title of your book.
So that's Oprah, obviously. Half of that. That's Eddie? My friend Eddie. And my friend Eddie was obsessed with Oprah, and I was invited to this event where Oprah was being honoured, and so I thought I'd take him as my date. And he kept saying, I want a photo with Oprah. And I was like, I don't know if that's going to happen, Eddie. I'm not going to guarantee. I'm not going to humiliate myself by going up to Oprah and asking her for a photo with you. And I tried to sort of say to him, you remember when we are out together and people come up to me and ask for photos and bug me and how much that pisses you off? Yeah. He was like, I see your point. I still want a photo with Oprah. And so
how serendipitous, she had to use the loo and was
she had
walking
to use the loo and was
you.
coming towards us, and I was like, she's coming, and I was trying to unzoom my camera. And then I took that awful picture, but I heard Eddie saying to Oprah, like a little choir boy, he went all like, Oprah, may I have a photo with you? It would be my dream. And Oprah went, you gotta get bigger dreams.
And I love how she's perfectly in focus.
She's half present, totally in focus, and he's just a blur. Just a hot mess.
And you really do talk about so many things. There's laugh out loud stories, there's idiosyncratic moments into you and what you love, and then there's stuff that's really thought-provoking, like you traveling through the States on a road trip with your dog has since passed, Honey.
Yes.
A beautiful dog. And there was this road trip, and you said it really allowed you to see where we are now in all things elections because the radio stations were a little bit terrifying.
Yes,
for you.
I mean, it's interesting, like, thinking about it, where America is now, and this is like, what, 12 years ago I did that road trip with Honey, and I was just terrified, like, what I was hearing, these kind of right-wing, rabid...
Fearmongers.
And also, you know, uneducated, absolutely uneducated, and just making blatant lies. I mean, all these things that we are now are in the mainstream and the presidential candidate is doing. But I think, you know, Donald Trump is the triumph of the lack of value that America puts on education, because there's a whole swathe of the society aren't educated, don't analyse things. If they're told the same thing enough times, they'll believe it to be true, and they're, you know, disenfranchised sometimes. Yeah. But I don't think it's just that, because actually economically America's doing pretty well right now. Much better than it was, you know, before Obama came in, and I really do think it's this lack of education, and that's been, you know, something that's been going on for generations. It's not just a new thing. And that's where Canada, of course.
Yeah, exactly. Would you like to move here? We would gladly have you.
Oh, bless you. I feel I should stay and fight if the awful happens.
You should, and you always make sure you wear sensible footwear, including the Crocs that you have on today. There's a fun little anecdote where you and Helen Mirren had a thing, a little bit of a fight, as it were.
Not an affair.
An affair, a fight, not an affair.
I wish.
But a little bit of a disagreement.
So we were making a film in Hawaii, and I was wearing Crocs. It was the older kind of Crocs, the clumpy ones, and because I'm not very good with flip-flops, they make my toes funny.
That's the picture there.
Yeah, that's me wearing Crocs at my fire.
And she looked at you and said?
She said to me, she goes, I think those are ugly, Alan. And I was like, well, you know, sometimes I don't like things that people wear, Helen, but I use my inside voice.
Yeah.
And she, yes, thank you. And she's like, I see what you mean. They're still ugly, though. And I was like, all right, lady, let's leave it. So then a couple of weeks later, I was on a gap, and I came back, and we're always on this sort of volcanic rocks. We made this film in all these volcanic areas of Hawaii. And she came running around the makeup trailer. I was like, Alan, I thought she was glad to see me. She goes, look. And she looked down and she said her flip-flops had hurt her. And so she tried some Crocs. Now she had 3 pairs.
She was hooked, donning bright pink Crocs.
Totally. She came into the world of Croc.
And it's so funny because we all take selfies now, but you were doing selfies before selfies were even called selfies. And you called them the self-timies.
Oh, well, there was self-timies, yeah, because,
timies.
like, you know, if you did a self-timer thing and you would, like, put your camera up and then put it on that. So it's not strictly speaking a selfie, it's a sort of, I call it self-timey, but yeah, I did some of those. And this is me.
That's a self-timey.
That's when I was writing my first book, actually, my novel. And it took me maybe 2 hours to get that picture with all the, you know, going back and forward. And I actually have the audacity to look as though I'm angry that I'm being interrupted.
I was going to say,
I'm
I'm
acting,
impressed.
ladies
Like,
and
you're very
gentlemen.
bendy. Plus, you've got that one hand on the computer, the other one you're balancing a beverage.
No, that was that's something, you know, you have to run into that position and look casual. That's me writing, and I'm actually, you know, just prevaricating, completely prevaricating.
Guys, I have to tell you, it's a brilliant read. You will laugh out loud. It'll make you think. And we also know your love of animals is something super strong. And there is specifically a Canadian celebrity, a female. We wanted to surprise you with who you love.
No S to the Wonder Pig.
What? Hold on. Hold on. We tried. The problem is Esther's a little bit on the large
She's
side.
a fatty, yes.
Okay. And so I wanted to be a little bit more diplomatic. As for her size, she's large, okay? So she couldn't actually come visit, but we have her live.
Oh my God, Esther.
Steve and Derek are her proud parents, and we know you're a huge fan of Esther the Wonder Pig.
I'm obsessed with Esther.
Okay,
oh my God,
hi,
hello.
Guys. Say hi to Alan.
Good morning.
Good morning. Oh my God, this is
Good morning,
incredible.
Alan. How are you?
I'm great. I'm in love with
say
Esther.
hello, baby. What's this?
Oh, good morning.
Has Esther had her breakfast?
It's a bit early for Esther, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, we thought it was breakfast television. We assumed that your crew was coming with breakfast, and she was pretty upset when nobody had anything for her.
Oh, there she is.
So we had to make it for her.
Oh, Esther.
Do you have time for a visit in your trip, perhaps, Alan? Wouldn't that be something?
This time. I'd love to go another time, though.
She'd love to have you.
I'm just obsessed with Esther, and
Yes. You're welcome anytime.
Oh, bless
Now,
you, boys.
Esther couldn't make it
Say
because
good
she
morning.
is a delicate 650 pounds, but she did want to surprise you with a thank you gift for your love. So Esther, as well as Steve and Derek, Janina, you made sure he got a signed book, as well as a mug.
Thank
How
you so
adorable is that mug? So
Oh
you
my
can
God.
have a little piece of Esther with you.
Oh, that is so nice.
Right?
I already have the calendar, actually. I have Esther's calendar.
You have her calendar.
Yeah, I got her flat for Christmas. Yeah, my husband gave it to me, but I'm obsessed with it. And also, it's so lovely. Like, these boys are doing really great things about highlighting rescuing and animal shelters and things.
She's a fellow author, just like you. Guys, thank you so much for making time. Give Esther a big kiss on behalf of Alan and all of us. Enjoy that breakfast.
Oh, Esther.
And see Alan tonight.
God.
Pick up his new book. It's called You Gotta Get Bigger Dreams. And see him at 6 p.m.
Buy
at Babel
Esther's
or
book,
Indigo.
too.
You have Esther's book.
No, but you should buy it. Everyone should buy it.
Oh, yeah, you should buy it. Oh, look, you're so
Buy both
nice.
these
Buy
books.
both these books. There should be a package deal. Thank you so much. You're delighted.
Oh, look at Esther behind you.
Oh, look, forget us. Just let's leave it on Esther. Alan's like, let
Isn't she
Esther take it
darling?
away. We'll be back with more BT. I could watch her eat all day. and
Me
she probably
too.
eats all day.
She eats and
Thank you
sleeps.
so
all day.
much, guys.
Bye.
Thanks,
Take
guys.
care. Oh, thank you so much. I can't tell you. I'm obsessed with Esther.
Isn't she awesome?
She's just